Hello all. And as Michael Palmer said, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all, as we all are joining from different time zones. This is Babita Elizabeth Philip, and I'm a civil engineer. I did my bachelor's in civil engineering and master's in construction engineering and management from India. I have worked as a research assistant at UAE University, United Arab Emirates University, in civil and environmental engineering department. And currently, I'm doing PhD under the supervision of Dr. Hamad Al-Jasmi. He's the associate professor in civil and environmental engineering department, and he's the director of the Emirates Center for Mobility Research. Um, I would like to, first of all, I would like to thank Dr. Lionel Joff and the Bezier Lab team for this opportunity to present my work here. I have attended the introductory and the advanced courses, which was offered by Dr. Lionel. The courses were very useful to me, like for applying in my PhD work and also other research projects. Actually, I'm a beginner and I'm still learning the concepts and the application levels of Bezier Lab. Today, I would like to present a small portion, a minute portion of my work. And I attended the conference, this conference yesterday also and today, and I understood that all of you are very, very highly experienced and experts in the field of Bayesian networks. So I look forward to hear from you your thoughts and advices for improving my work as well. I will discuss today a topic entitled Predicting the Cracking Behavior of Road Networks in United Arab Emirates with Bayesian Belief Networks. So basically a road or a pavement. It's a road transportation sector. Like it has a major role in accelerating the growth of a country because a road plays a vital role towards the economic growth of the country because as such classes of roads, they establishes the link between agricultural and production sectors. Road transportation has always been inherent in developing societies, impacting between 10 to 20% of the gross domestic product. So roads are also responsible for personal mobility, like access to services, goods, and leisure. And this is why world economies, they rely upon the efficient and safe functioning of transportation facilities. So this statement, that is, the road maintenance is vital since the need for maintenance increases as road infrastructure ages. So it is based on sustainability, meaning that spending money now saves much more in the future. Besides this, road maintenance plays a significant role in road safety. So this statement implies that road maintenance is very important as well as it's a complex task, a very complex system because there are many factors which affects or should be taken into consideration for maintaining a good quality road. Now, going on to the background of this study, there were several studies which has been done in the past and which motivated us for this study. Like the previous study says that infrastructure, it forms the backbone of a nation's economy, and there is a growing demand for technology that offers quick, safe, and reliable infrastructure performance monitoring data, which would lead to proactive maintenance or repairs of the infrastructure to ensure its quality performance as per the original design. So this says like how much important the infrastructure, the road infrastructure is for the economy. And according to ASTO, this is for the case of United States, only half of the nation's major roads are in good condition based on an analysis of Federal Highway Administration data. And the situation is worse in high traffic urban areas where 1 in 4 roads is in poor condition. And in some major urban centers, more than 60% of the roads are in poor condition. So why we should be alert? Because evaluating the condition of the transportation infrastructure is an expensive, labor intensive, and time consuming process. So having a solution for this from the literature itself, it's the payment deterioration models, which will enable agencies to estimate the future conditions of their assets and cost effectively optimize their maintenance and rehabilitation programming schedule. Now, a payment condition. What is a road condition? It's measured by various distresses that represent the structural or functional performance of the asset as a road. And according to FHWA, Federal Highway Administration, the performance of the payment performance is described by payment deterioration rate, which is represented by the progression of the pavement distress. So a payment distress, what is it? It is actually include cracking, rutting, potholing, patching, and swelling, which are related to explanatory variables such as pavement age, traffic loads, and environmental factors. So pavement distress is actually includes many parameters, like as mentioned here, cracking, rutting, such things. So today I have taken into consideration about cracking. So as I mentioned earlier, payment maintenance and its management is extremely a complex task. So how can we use the data from such a complex task and how to gain knowledge from it and represent it in a way that the system becomes easy to visualize, and also how to gain insights from it. So this thought led to the development of the models, the so-called payment deterioration models. Mainly there are deterministic models and probabilistic models. Today, in this conference, I would like to show you how we can utilize Bayesian network techniques through Bayesian Lab software to develop models for a better quality road or road with improved performance and service life. And the parameter I talked about today is cracking, which is one among the distress mechanism which is required while developing a pavement deterioration model. So I will present an example for supervised learning to know how different factors influence cracking behavior of the roads, and an example for dynamic Bayesian network to know the future behavior of cracking parameter, which can be used by the decision makers in highway or road agencies. So the aim is to develop a pavement deterioration model based on Bayesian belief networks. And today I will be concentrating on cracking and to collect data related to factors which affect the cracking of the roads, to perform supervised learning algorithm to estimate the relationship between cracking and contributing factors, and to develop a dynamic model to forecast the behavior of cracking parameter. The kind of data set we get in for a payment management is very complex and it always involves a lot of missing data. So this was the case with this work also. Hence, the data we have is real, complex, and it involves uncertainty. Not only this, a payment management is a challenging task because the available budget are limited with the highway agencies. So we have decided to select a region for study and collect data and use it for developing a model. This is the map of UAE, and we have selected routes towards the northern region of UAE for conducting the study. The roads we have selected include almost 32 major roads in United Arab Emirates, which includes different types of roads like highways, arterial, local roads, collector roads, etc. This is how the road analysis is done. Like when we have a road which is having cracks, as shown in the first figure, an image of this road section with particular size is taken. And it is then taken for visual analysis as given in the second figure here. This is the image of the road section with cracks. The section is of 10-meter length and 3-meter width. So cracking is measured by visual analysis of the crack image on the roads taken by an equipment, and the crack percentage is calculated by visual analysis of this image. That is, they take the area of cracks to the total area of the road section. So this process is not only time consuming, but it is expensive, like in terms of labor, cost, everything. So a solution for this is required to find what factors severely affect the cracking parameter. Having knowledge about factors which affect the cracking can help in analyzing the possible values of cracking for the area without actually measuring it. So this can actually help in saving a lot of time and money. So basically, the methodology followed in this study was data collection, data pre-processing, importing it to the Bezier lab, and doing the analysis with Bezier lab. So talking about the data, we have collected all the possible data related to cracking. The collected data included structural data of the road itself, environmental data, and traffic data. We considered supervised learning algorithm with cracking as a target as the right tool to find the intensity of relationships with the variables. Supervised learning, as we know, that it includes a set of algorithms that can learn Bayesian networks that have a structure entirely dedicated to the characterization of a target variable. So we import the data, we have pre-processed. The data we collected required a lot of pre-processing techniques because it had a lot of missing data. The data was not well organized. So we did a lot of pre-processing, and then the pre-processed was important into the Bezier lab, and cracking was set as the target node. UAE has one of the best road networks in the world, and this is possible with the frequent maintenance and other efforts taken up by the road agencies. So this analysis was done with the aim to add to their effort made by the highway agencies to keep up the quality of the road. For instance, like there are many factors contributing to cracking of the roads. Being unaware of these factors and the intensity in which it would affect the performance of the road will result in unequal, or more precisely like inappropriate input by the road agencies. So having knowledge based on this analysis will help them to plan their efforts in a way which would generate more sustainable and long-term results. So this was the probability distribution which was obtained from the supervised learning. The order of factors which affect cracking are listed here, which was generated from the relationship analysis report. So the measure of association used for variables is the mutual information. We considered mutual information as the point to justify the factors. So mutual information is the amount of information gained on a variable, say cracking here, by observing another variable like maintenance, age of road, and other factors. So this was the graph we obtained. Here also we can see that the main factors which affect cracking was the maintenance, how maintenance is done or not, and the age of the road and the road itself. So, and other factors also, the intensity were analyzed with the help of this analysis. Here I have given an illustration of the results considering the top most important factors. So we can see that if maintenance is not done, say I have put an evidence for maintenance not done, we can see that the cracking low value, like which is less than 1, keeps on decreasing, and the higher value, which is above 3, it keeps on increasing. So this is just to show you an example. Similarly, the effect of each variable was understood with this analysis. And our next aim was to estimate the future values of the cracking parameter or its behavior. For that, I arranged the data such that we have cracking for time t and for time t plus 1. And we did supervised learning as we did before. We actually adopted a compact representation based on 2 assumptions, like the process is Markovian and the system is invariant. So a temporal relation was set, and it can be set only between 2 nodes having the same state. So I was actually confused on how to do this because I had data from year 2013 till 2019, and to convert it into the form of t and t plus 1 was confusing to me. So Dr. Lionel actually helped me with that, and he advised me a method in which I can arrange the data in this form. So then I was able to get my whole data set in the form like t plus 1, and I used this data to generate the model. Here I have shown an example of the dynamic nature for 4 time steps, the top one. Similarly, in this compact representation, we can obtain the values for many number of time steps. And with this one of the insights we obtained was we were able to know the cracking intensity in each type of roads, like that was not aware before, or the highway agencies, we didn't thought about such kind of analysis. So it was very important because to understand which type of roads are in vulnerable stage or which needs more attention. So an example for that is also given below. Another application was that when we have evidences for different time steps, like I will show an example here that we have chosen the factor maintenance of the road as an example to illustrate this function. Like based on the data we have for each time steps, it was stored as evidence in the evidence scenario file. And this actually enabled to update the network accordingly. And as shown in the figure, evidence scenario can be stored based on the available information. So based on the available information for each time steps, the evidence scenario was stored. And that was actually used to develop the temporal graph. Or so this is how the cracking behavior were analyzed. Similarly, the network was updated with other available data and the patterns were studied. Here, this graph represents the cracking behavior of roads in the country, which is based on maintenance data. So what I understood like is that deep maintenance is done every 3 years for the roads generally. So this information was representable in the graph, and also the values can be extracted for the cracking to be used by the decision maker, so that we can have an estimate like at what point what will be an estimate of the cracking values, so that based on that the decision makers can take suitable decisions. To conclude, these were the major four achievements of the study. It was having a correlation analysis, having a decision-making concept, sustainability, and from the point of view of prioritizing. That means for the correlation analysis, we were able to know how factors are related to or contributing to cracking. It was analyzed, and this actually helped in generating useful insights, even with limited amount of evidence or knowledge. And also the decision making, that this analysis this needs extension. So when it's completely done, this can be used by the decision makers to finalize with the time of maintenance and also the location to be maintained. And from the point of view of sustainability, because this would help in a sustainable form of maintenance of the roads, because this allows in proper distribution of time, money, and labor. Given the condition of the road, it is possible to forecast the behavior of cracking in the upcoming years. So this knowledge, when it is combined with the safe limit values, which is adopted in the country, it varies for different country. When it is combined with the allowable limit of cracking, it would generate alerts regarding the performance of the model. And finally, prioritizing, that means this would help in prioritizing the maintenance work. So that is extremely helpful, because the budget restriction, that is for the highway agencies, that is a major obstacle which is faced globally. So this type of analysis would help in tackling that obstacle also. So this is the portion of my research work, and the study is still under process. And I have experienced Bezier Lab software as an excellent software in helping modeling the data in an easily and understandable format. I thank each one of you for your time. Thank you.